Good people, the next type of rhetorical writing that I want us to learn is what we call description writing. So what is description writing? Now, description essays typically describe a person, a place, or an object using the sensory details. Sensory, we mean things like touch, sound, vision. The structure of a descriptive essay is more flexible than. Now, before we go to structure, I want to mention about the purpose. So, writers use description in writing to make sure that their audience is fully immersed into the words on the page. Now, this requires a concerted effort by the writer to describe the world through use of sensory details, as I've stated. Now, sensory details are descriptions that appeal to our sense of. I've talked about visions, that is sight, when you see something, and another sensory system or type of sense is sound, when you hear. Like when I'm speaking right now, you are hearing what I'm saying. Then smell is also another sense. Taste, when you put something in your mouth, you are able to taste. Then touch, when you use your fingers or your toes, you are able to feel the sense of touch. So the use of sensory details provide you with the greatest possibility of relating to your audience and thus engaging them in your writing. This makes descriptive writing to be important not only during your education, but also in everyday situations. To make writing vivid and appealing, try and avoid empty descriptors as possible. Empty descriptors are adjectives that can mean different things to different people. For example, when you say good, beautiful, terrific, or nice, it can mean different things to different people. So the use of words in descriptions can lead to misreads and confusion. A good day, for example, can mean far different things depending on the age of whoever is you are writing to, their personality or tastes. I want you to do this exercise. Take a piece of paper and try and describe these items just in one paragraph, one short paragraph. I want you to describe night. I want you to describe a beach. I want to describe a dinner. I want you to describe a stranger. Then lastly, I want you to describe a city. Let us now move to the structure of a descriptive essay. So I've stated, when it comes to structure, descriptive essays have flexibility than in some of the other rhetorical modes of writing. For instance, the introduction of a description essay should set up the tone and focus of the essay. The organization of essay may best follow a spatial order. This means that how you are going to arrange the ideas. You can either use physical characteristics, you can either use their appearance, you can either describe depending on what the writer describes, or the organization could move from top to bottom. You can either move from top to bottom and so on. For example, if you're trying to describe a subject like a lady who is in the kitchen and a renovation is going on. You might start at one side of the room, then proceed slowly across the other end as you describe the appliances that are found in the kitchen, the appliances, the cabinetry, and other items. Or you could choose to start with older remnants of the kitchen and then progress to the new installations like the taps and so on. Or you can maybe start with the floor and move upwards to the ceiling. So how do you write a descriptive essay? So the first thing you need to do is to choose the subject. For example, you can see in this image, there is a SUV vehicle, an SUV car. So once you choose the subject, that will be the first step. Then you want to, first of all, you have the object. The next important thing is to come up with an effective thesis statement. The purpose of an effective thesis statement is to guide you as you write your body, the body of your essay. So the remainder of your essay should describe the object in a way that expresses your thesis statement. So if your thesis statement is about, I want just an example, you want to argue something about this car being very fast or very, I don't know the right word, but speed is one of the, or safe. If you are focusing on safety, maybe you want to focus on how the car has very good wide tires, how the ground clearance is good, and so on. Okay, even the size can be a good safety feature. So those things should be included. And one thing you should do is to choose a strategy. Have a strategy and stick to it until the end of the essay. So the more you can appeal to your readers' senses, the more they will be engaged in your essay. You can read, you can look at some samples of descriptive essays in online. So the next, I think we'll be looking at classification essay. So see you in the next lecture.